New York Fashion Week. Well, you're at the right spot. If you're new here, my name's Sade Spence and I'm a TV host and blogger. And I was thinking about New York Fashion Week and how it's going on currently this week and how it's so much fun and everyone should be able to go, whether you're an average person or a new blogger just starting out with a smaller following. So I am excited to give you guys some tips and tricks that can literally get you into shows. Like you could probably get into a show this week for the current show that's going on right now, whether you're an average person or someone just with a small following.
Hey guys, so sorry for this little weird and wacky interruption, but I just thought of a little giveaway that I want to do for anybody who gets to the end of the video and who subscribes to my channel. If you're really interested in New York Fashion Week, I have a little surprise something for a few of you. If you get to the end of the video and you subscribe and you're really interested in going to New York Fashion Week, particularly this fashion week, and if you'd like to go on my behalf, because I am sitting it out, make sure you watch to the end of the video to learn about how you can win and attend this week.
If you're looking forward to that, make sure you stick around, subscribe, like this video. If you also love seeing red carpets, things like that nature, junkets, movie premieres, all of that is covered here on my channel, and I'm going to be looking forward to giving you guys more blogger tips. So if anybody's interested in that, that's going to be here too. So the tips and tricks that I'm going to give you guys are literally everything, all the steps that I did to make sure that I got into New York Fashion Week with a small following. And even as before that, when I was an average person, when I was just a student. This is the first time I'm missing New York Fashion Week, and I've gone every season since autumn winter 2014. There are 2 seasons that you're able to apply for. There's autumn winter and then there's spring summer. So spring summer goes on right now in September, then autumn winter happens in February. So both seasons are fun, both seasons are very different. However, in getting into them, it's going to be just the same. So using these tips and tricks are everything that you can do to make sure that you get into a show. One of the easiest ways, honestly, that takes out all of the stress, all the Googling, all of that sort of stuff, is accessing a database. A database that I actually want to give you access to, that you will be able to by the end of this video. So make sure you stick around if you want one of the easiest ways that can gear you up for this week right now, or even the next season. So if you want to hear more about this, it's got over 400 contacts on it right away that you can apply to. You've got some of the biggest names on there. If you are really serious about Fashion Week, I strongly suggest doing this instead of having to Google your life away for hours at a time trying to find designers. So if you really want to go to New York Fashion Week, or any fashion week of that matter, but you're more or less, we're just going to say the average person, you don't have a fashion blog, you're interested in fashion, but maybe you don't have a fashion blog, or you don't have a following, or you don't have anything fashion based behind you, one way I would primarily suggest is if you do know people in the fashion industry or you have fashion blogger friends, use them. I have used this trick before when I was just starting out, and a lot of them, once they've built their following, or even if they have a small following, they've RSVP'd to tons of shows and they get tons of RSVPs back. Now they're overbooked, they're one person, they can't go to all the shows. And designers want to fill seats. Trust me, they want to fill seats. The front row has, Anna Wintour and every other celebrity, but they need to fill the rest of the venue, and they want their stuff seen. They want it on social media. They want it showcased. So use your friends. Ask any of your friends in the fashion community. Ask any of your fashion blogger friends, anybody who works with designers, that they have extra RSVPs. I've done this before. People overbook themselves. They decide to go to another show, then they just have tons sitting around. Even if there's some bloggers that you admire, look through their accounts, because during Fashion Week, some of them will even openly say, oh, hey, I've got a lot of extra RSVPs, giving some away if anybody's interested. Make yourself known. But yeah, if you closed mouths don't get fed. So ask your friends, fashion friends, or anybody in that industry, and that's how I've actually gone to some shows when I was literally first starting out, had nothing really, I was interested in fashion, written some stuff on fashion before in like school magazine or smaller magazines, but if you want to get into a show, that's a perfect way. And all they really have to do is forward you the invite, or forward you their RSVP rather, forward you their RSVP, or forward you their barcode for the show, and that's it. You show up, you don't even have to say, oh, I'm attending for so-and-so, you're fine. Literally, you show up, You go wherever to check-in is, whether it's a will call, it might be somebody scanning at the entrance, scanning barcodes at the entrance, scan it, you're in. They'll tell you where you're seating. It may be open seating. They may have a number now assigned for you. You find that all out when you get there, but all you need is their RSVP or the barcode, and you're good. Another trick that you can do, it's pretty similar to the one I just mentioned, is you can ask any fashion industry oriented person or fashion industry oriented friend that you know goes to fashion shows. Ask them if you could cover any shows for them. Maybe if you are interested in writing about fashion at some point, if you have, if you really are an enthusiast about fashion, then maybe you can ask to actually cover it for them. Ask, hey, are there any shows that you aren't able to cover that you RSVP for? I would love to attend for you. You can do that. Or I would love to attend for you and maybe get some pictures for you, get some things for you that you can later use on your Instagram, that they can later use on their own blog and portfolio, because again, they also want the content too. Everybody is all about creating their content during this time. So if you can get them the extra content that they're missing, another A+ for them, and you get to go to the show. Yay. So the next three methods I'm going to mention are more oriented to people who have a small following behind them. So there is a website called Fashion Metrics GPS Radar. So on this website, a lot of different designers and brands register themselves. So they put all of their events on there, and once you register as a member, you're able to request an invite. So the way that you do this, you'll need to apply to the website. So you want to apply well before Fashion Week. I suggest at least a month prior, or maybe even 6 weeks before that, because it does take some time for them to approve you. I'm assuming around Fashion Week time, it might even take longer since they'll be dealing with RSVPs. So go on this website, register yourself. When you register, they will ask, what are you, what do you do? I haven't heard of anybody getting rejected from the site, so I think you should be fine, but make sure to put a little bit about you, and it takes just maybe within a week or so. I don't remember it taking that long for me to get approved. Now you're ready to request invites to shows, sort of. So usually those invites start popping up around a month before Fashion Week begins, which is a perfect time to start reaching out. So on this website, not every brand, but a lot of brands do put their shows on the website. As it becomes closer to Fashion Week, more and more brands will update their show on there. So you're going to want to repetitively keep checking. But about a month or so, I saw about 2 or 3 shows pop up, and you see more and more. Some of them you can request an invite right away without sending anything. That's that, and they'll let you know right away if you're on their wait list. If you get in, that's that. You will see other brands like Tom Ford or Ralph Lauren, for example, where you request an invite and then they want you to fill out a memo. So in this memo, you're going to want to say a little bit about yourself. The next 3 methods that I'm going to mention, you need to do this for all of them. But you're going to want to say a little bit about yourself, your following, why it's important for you to, to be at their show, what kind of press can you give them, as a blogger, do you have the same demographics that they're trying to reach? Perfect. There you go. Or do you just love the brand? Why have you loved the brand? What's your connection to the brand? Make it special, make it genuine, always make it genuine, but put that about them. They just want to know, why do you, deserve to be there, and let them know why you do, and what you can give them by showcasing the brand and by being in attendance. So say that in a little short blurb, send it off, and you're good to go. But I suggest anybody right now who has a small following or anything of that sort, register on GPS Radar right now if you have it. That link's going to be down below, but just make sure you do that, like right now. Another method of finding shows that's probably most people, I think, don't even think about, but you can literally use social media for this. Hashtag, like New York City designer, hashtag Fashion Week designer, or New York Fashion Week designer. Play with different methods around this, and you will find some more of the emerging designers on there that will put up their own promo on their, promo ad on their profile, because they want people to see and they want people to go. I've actually seen it this way. They put their RSVP email right in there, RSVPs at whatever.com. send them an email, reach right out, let them know. Again, you know, maybe you have similar demographics, maybe you just found out about them, but their show looks interesting, their line looks captivating to you, or do a little research. You know, maybe the fabrics they use are very intricate and from another country that you're really interested in. Hey, just let them know. But that's another way that I think is probably lesser known, but I've found people that way. You just send them a message and they'll let you know that you're on their list. Awesome, there you go, that's another way. And for this final method, I'd say it's probably the easiest if you want to skip the Googling for designers, if you want to skip the constantly looking up, you know, GPS radar, which does put a few shows on there. They do put a lot, but not as many as designers are actually at Fashion Week. I will say that that one gives you a little bit of a disadvantage that way. And of course, searching hashtags is a great way to find out about lesser known designers, but again, that isn't all of them. That isn't the big shows. You know, if you hoping to get into like Philip Klein or something like that, they're not necessarily posting that on social media. So this is literally one of the best ways. It's the easiest for you because it's pre-done. It's already done for you. All of, you know, the blood, sweat, tears, and the hard work in finding these emails is done for you. You can access a database. It's got over 400 designers on it. It's got direct designer, PR contacts for their press relations. It's got press relations, PR agencies that handle New York Fashion Week. It's also got different brands that cover high profile events for Fashion Week. I've gone to events like WWD and Samsung Style Dimension that they do. There's access to that. For these, I would suggest reaching out about a month before Fashion Week. If you reach out too soon or right away, they're just getting emails after emails. So the earlier you reach out, the better. Get in their mind's eye. And you want to do a little bit of what I mentioned earlier about, you know, how to reach out. If you guys do want more detailed information and to see more examples of how I've actually reached out over the years, leave that comment down below. Let me know if you do want to see a video about that. Again, with this database, it's already pre-made for you. All you have to do is reach out. Of course, you want to reach out under a few guidelines. I'm going to point out. One, don't say you got it from like a database. You want to look like you genuinely want to be there. You want to look like you've also done your due diligence. Two, you want to reach out at around a good time. So a month or so is great. That's when they start getting fashion emails. They will be getting a lot of RSVPs from a lot of people, so you do want to sit tight. The average time that you want to look to circling back is about 2 weeks again. You can send another email if you haven't heard anything. After that, it may be safe to say that maybe you aren't getting into that show, but you did send tons of others. If you send tons of others, you're gonna get into some, and that's fine. If you've got a small following, it's good just to be excited to be there. You don't have to be, you know, expect to be in the front row. You will get there eventually. I've been in the front row for a show and it was amazing. You will get there eventually, but for the first one, it's okay. I was just excited and happy to be there, and just to see the show, the clothing on the runway, and to see how it's presented is always really exciting, because the way it's presented sets the mood, sets the tone, and actually tells a story of what's so exciting about this line, what the line mean, what does it represent, and I always think that is fascinating to learn. Access to the database is down below in a link. Just hit the link and follow the instructions going from there. And this list, I mean, once you have it, you can use it next year. Granted, people change at PR agencies, people, the point person may be different the next season, you never know. Some people are the same. I will be updating it for the next season, and you guys, I will let you know. If you're interested, make sure to hit those links below and check it out so that you guys can go and see Fashion Week. And you guys, thank you so much for watching, sticking around to the video. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section down below. If you like this video, subscribe. Please subscribe, leave a thumbs up. Until next time, bye guys.
So if you guys made it all the way through this video, then I am like really, really excited for you, just because one of the methods that I mentioned is you could go on someone else's behalf to New York Fashion Week. And as I mentioned, I am not at New York Fashion Week right now. I'm sitting it out for some me time. I do have some invites. So if anybody has subscribed to my channel and you are in the New York area or the Northeast area, go ahead and shoot me an email, my contact below. Let me know you want to go to Fashion Week, and I will send that invite right over to you. And that's just a quick little giveaway I just thought of right now to give to you for anybody who subscribes and is really interested in Fashion Week. I'm really excited for you. I really want you to go. So, yeah.